Hello, myself Surul Ramkrishna. Here basically we are discussing one of the topic that is 1 lakh kilogram sand basically. In this basically we are discussing about Microsoft target is 1 lakh kilogram sand basically. In this basically the sand basically is going to create lava, is going to create water. This all basically we have discussed. RDX also basically we have discussed. This also basically we have missiles basically mostly might not be tested, might be testing basically. Just now basically war is happening there, basically might be testing basically. And here basically the rocky talkie basically also basically mostly basically we have discussed. Little bit basically we will discuss now. One of the person told the rocky talkie basically actually what basically. Then he told that basically it's connected with the roadmaps basically. For example, if you want to pass any message to Mumbai basically, what is the chain basically? Through sound basically you can pass? No, that is not possible basically. But rocky talkie, through rocky talkie you can pass. Why? Because that sound basically which you are going to save from the rocky talkie, it is going to take your sound basically through that roadmap basically. That also is the fraction of speed basically that it will reach to that area basically. So reason that basically sound is going to track your that sound basically which is the rocky talkie basically which is taking your sound, they have the roadmap basically. They have the roadmap that basically from this roadmap basically you have to take this sound basically and take the sound and dump to that particular person basically, at that is in Mumbai basically. So like this basically rocky talkie basically works basically. So one other person told that how basically rocky talkie basically directly basically rocky talkie can't be created. Na? Roadmap basically are created. Yes, basically roadmaps are created. So one other person told that how these roadmaps are created. Roadmaps. One of the person told that first basically people says that basically who believes in God basically, he starts with God. So one of the person told that there are 100 types of rocky talkie. Then he told that yes basically. So assume that basically from 100 types of rocky talkie, few owner basically of the rocky talkie believes in God. So he starts with temples to temples connection basically. Who don't believe in God basically, he starts with some his creation buildings basically. That is, assume that is in Mumbai basically there are few more commercial complex created. From that commercial complex to the other commercial complex basically. And that commercial complex is created by set of energies basically of the human basically. So that communication, like that communication basically he do basically. So he told that yes basically. He basically do that type of communication basically. So then basically few people say that basically after that basically they, one of the person says that what is the sequence of communication basically, because there would be some sequence basically, that is the system basically, that after this do this, after this do that, after that do that, like this basically. For example, God group and other than God group basically. Then he told that yes basically God group basically follow this sequence basically, and other than God group basically follow that sequence basically. So that type of things basically are there basically. So like this basically the things basically are there basically. Like this basically the things are there basically. So one of the person told that do you have the sequence of this basically sequence? Then he told that sequence of this above rocky talkie sound road maps. Sequence of the rocky talkie road maps basically. Then he told that rocky talkie sequence basically that required the construction work, infrastructure construction work without this basically it's not possible, right? Then he told that yes, basically without construction work basically that is not possible. So do you have the sequence of that basically? Then he told that basically that need to check basically that how basically from this construction basically area the another construction created from another the another like this basically the more than basically hundreds of construction basically sequence was used. For example, from Mumbai to this Vadodara to Mumbai, this construction area was used. From this to this, that construction area was used. Same way basically. So one of the person told that what actually reason behind this is what basically. Then he told that basically there might be some energy related issue basically. For example, one person is having apple, right, basically. So he should get the apple energy, na, basically. He should get the apple energy in the body basically. So that basically from where basically is going to get that sequence, na, basically. The walkie-talkie groups basically are creating the sequence basically. From there only basically is going to get the data basically. So like this basically the Microsoft groups also basically have basically the walkie-talkie type basically. So one of the type basically you can say it's of software industry basically also you can say. So like this basically things basically are there. And one of the person told that basically is walkie-talkie is also connected with the earthquakes. Then into that yes basically walkie-talkie is also connected with the earthquakes. Earthquakes are also basically what basically earthquake basically comes how basically the earthquake basically comes through lava roadmap, then basically the then basically then the energy basically roadmaps are used. Energy roadmap means that 1500 will Microsoft example I have given in the Bangalore example basically. The Bangalore is handling the 1500 buildings basically are handled by the Bangalore, and in that basically 1500 buildings are handled, right, basically. Then you know that yes basically 1500 buildings are basically handled. 1500 buildings basically are handled like this. Like this 1500 buildings basically are handled. Like this you can just imagine basically the things basically are connected here. $1,500 buildings basically are connected. So like this basically earthquakes are also connected here. One of the person told that. For example, this earthquake basically which came basically just now in New Zealand basically, or in Florence, or basically in Gaekwad, or in Turkey, or in basically Chile, or in basically Mexico, Chile, Spain, then basically Greece, Indonesia, Spain, Turkey. This is this all connected with this roadmap basically. This roadmap basically the out of this roadmap. Then one of the person told that it might, because the entire world basically is created with the energies roadmap basically. That is energies matrix basically. One of the person told that how basically you can explain this. In next video basically we are going to explain that matrix basically.